and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. This will take you from the 7th to the 14th of May. So, what have you got going on here, Aries? Bottom of the card, there is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a card of anxiety, okay? Now let me see why there's anxiety, because it seems to me there's an awful lot of positive change going on. So when we go into periods of positive change, we have anxiety because we're entering into a period of the unknown, okay? The unknown creates vulnerability. It creates a feeling of, just vulnerability. Vulnerability and fear, because your crowning card is the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is a card of someone who's holding a cup in their hands, and they're going into this great mystery. They're going into the night time to understand what this cup is, and essentially they're going so they can complete the whole cup cycle and find this fulfillment. So there seems to be some sort of inner or outer search going on. This can be creating a feeling of anxiety, but I try to explain, and the key to working with anxiety is the earth element. So make sure you're grounded, and interestingly enough, your additional guidance card is the Ten of Pentacles, which is the earth element, being solid, being secure in your own being, because anxieties of the mind, and when we're truly tuned in at a level of safety, being in the body, we simply don't feel anxiety. Now we still feel it, but we're able to process it, to be the alchemist, to turn things around, okay? Very interesting here. So you start the week with the beautiful Wheel of Fortune, and right next to it is a Nine of Cups. So there's some wish fulfillment here, Aries. It's pretty clear. Something you've been wishing for, something you've really desired to come true, is coming true. Very unusual to see these couple of cards together. It's the wish fulfillment. This date with destiny, where something you've really wanted to happen is happening, and it's maybe that's creating anxiety, because there's nothing like, you know, when we get what we want and we go into that period of excitement and fear, and I think that's what the Nine of Swords is around. Now underneath these cards you've got two cards. So the two cards are about trying to achieve a balance, because even the Two of Cups is about trying to work out a balance, okay? So discs and swords cards. So the Two of Swords can be a stalemate card. That's one understanding of it. But it's also a card of a little bit of a need to retreat, to figure some things out. And this might be to do with certain circumstances that need to be juggled. So there might be a sense of needing to find some balance. In this, he juggles the infinity symbol, and the infinity symbol is that relationship we have with the divine, that even in times of choppy waters, chaos and conflict, that we're still in this relationship, but there might be a little bit of juggling of finances that's required, juggling of life circumstances, in order to embrace this wheel and this nine, to have the Eight of Cups experience. Some of you might be going away on retreat, on a voyage, inner or outer, to find this cup, okay, this heart of gold, whatever you want to call it, whatever this cup means to you. But it's really interesting because there's almost a theme, Aries, of searching and receiving at the same time. And maybe it's almost a little bit too overwhelming, and that's where the anxiety is coming from. Because you've got the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords, to me, its notorious meaning is the trickery card. But most of you who are my subscribers know it's not fully how I understand the cards. It can be true, but really what it means is your thinking processes are robbing you of the ability to flow with what's unfolding this week. So all the rivers run to the sea, all of them, okay? Now what stops it is our thinking. We resist change, we resist it because the stories in our head can be based on fear and anxiety. So we rob ourselves of peace, of rebirth, of all the good things in life, but it ain't going to work for long because right next to it is a Judgment card, which is the Rebirth card. This is this feeling of being reborn. This is a feeling of, oh my gosh, this deep soul recognition that life can be lived, that life can be joyful, that life can hold promises of happiness, of joy. It's just about second chances, third chances, when suddenly we cross that wheel of destiny and life gives us new opportunities. It's this Seven of Swords energy. It's like you're getting in your own way, Aries, basically. You're blocking this process because these two cards together, now someone else got them, Scorpio, okay? This is an awful lot of life force and an awful lot of passion going on. For some of you, this might be a relationship issue because the Page of Wands is can speak of it can be about a sexual attraction to someone, okay? And maybe there's a sense of this attraction is making you feel uncomfortable. It could just be the attraction to a new project, a new life course, a new evolutionary chapter, but it's creating this sense of anxiety and a little bit of fear. You're thinking, oh, what if this happens? What if this happens? Is sort of stopping the process. Now the Strength card is also called the Patience card. It's got the infinity symbol, connection with the divine, and you've got that twice, okay? Now sometimes this infinity symbol means not to be too controlled by your ego. So when I mean that, I mean the part of us that can be really, I want it and I want it now, and I understand Mars energy. I know it's quite an energy to have to navigate. The trick is to go back to the sign before, which is Pisces, and learn to blend these energies, okay? So we have these desires, we have these passions, but giving them over to the divine, which is the infinity symbol, then we get to live at peace, Aries, essentially. Because not living at peace is the Nine of Swords. This would be trying to make things happen, trying to control too many things, dot all the I's, rather than allowing this incredible process that's happening in your life this week to unfold. Now you're not alone, because we all have Mars energy, remember, that wants to make things happen, and it wants to make it happen now. But I'm sort of wondering if there's a message in the Strength card, and the reason why I say it is in my personal readings, this is coming up quite a lot, and people are having to work with this energy to control the part of us that's too impulsive, and redirect it to a better channel. Learn to trust divine timing. Learn to trust divine awakenings. because everything is taken care of. And when we're too much in this lion energy, we feel we need to do it, and we lose our peace, we lose our serenity, we lose everything that's good about our existence. And there seems to be a reconnection with the divine which required here, which I think is going to be a sort of sense of knowing that all's good in my life, all's unfolding, because there's a lot of passionate, hot energy. This might be about a relationship, or it might be about a creative project, a life path. And when we get all impatient, we get loads of heat, so we get loads of stress and loads of anxiety. And that infinity symbol twice is sort of saying to me, take a step back. Yeah, look, King of Swords, I'm laughing now. Take a step back, be at peace. Claim your crown, sit on your throne, and let these beautiful cards unfold this week, because they're going to. Nothing good ever comes out of chaos, Aries. And I believe in chaos theory. I understand turning your life upside down is really good. But I want you to be careful, because the other understanding of the Strength card is the Patience card. Divine timing, every time. Because the rebirth happens when it's time to happen. And Aries, it's happening. Lovely reading, guys. I'll speak to you next week. Bye.